Hello and welcome to the third episode of 5 Minute Demos. Today we're going to take a look at the new metric views UI features. So for those of you who haven't been dabbling in metric views, they are a way to define your metrics and reuse them across the Databricks platform. You can also access them from other places. So far, not Power BI yet, but let's see how that works. Previously, you had to define and work with your metric views primarily in YAML. But one of the things that has changed now is that we've gotten a nice user interface on top in which you can actually do all the things we used to have to do in YAML. So if we jump to our workspace here, you'll see I'm on my metric views here called order metrics MV. So metric views are defined as these tables with this little ruler at the bottom, I think it is. And you'll see here I have a bunch of measures defined and a bunch of dimensions. So metric views for now, they work as one big table kind of approach. So it's a wide table of measures and then you have your dimensions. And if I press edit up here at the top, you'll see I have these two buttons now. So I have the YAML version, which is the one we used to be working with. So this is basically the definition of my metric view, right? So you'll see up here at the top, I have a source table. Then I have joins to my different dimensions. Then I have my list of dimensions with the name and the expression. So this is the actual name inside of the table. I can add different metadata such as synonyms. And then down here at the bottom, you'll see all my measures. Similarly, a lot of metadata here. This is a bit messy, if you ask me, but it's very nice in the sense that you can save it as code, right? If I then flip to the UI here, you'll see, first of all, it's a preview feature, right? But at the top here, you'll see a little like lineage graph showing what kind of tables you have in content and context, sorry, and what kind of fields are available. But the actual magic is down here at the bottom. On the left side, you have this index that basically just shows you all the fields that are available inside of the joins you've done. So the preview here is an ability to just basically preview the data, right? So this is all of the fields that I have in my metric view currently. If I go to measures, I get this little nice overview of all my measures. I have the expressions here. If I press one of them, I get this little pop out on the right, and you'll see I'm actually able to edit all of this metadata very nicely in the UI. I can also tag, which is a new feature. And I think the key star here, or the star of the show, I guess, is this metric measure builder. So you can actually flip it to custom and you can just write whatever you want. You can also now get AI suggestions in here. But on the builder side, you can then you can actually select a field. You can select how to calculate it. So you'll notice here there's not that many calculations available yet, but I'm sure these are going to expand at some point. And then also they've added window functions into this. So window functions used is a fairly new feature in metric views, and you can actually just in a UI, and this is actually fairly funny because what happens under the hood is like a classic window function in SQL, but you can actually select then what fields you want it to loop over, if it should select current, cumulative, or all, and then if it's adding, if it should do first or last. Additionally, on the dimensions tab, you can add similarly to your measures, new dimensions and all the metadata in here. And you might be thinking, what do I need all this metadata for? But actually, this is one of the key features. And it allows your agents, such as Genie, to actually understand a lot better what the business context of your different dimensions and measures are. And the last feature I want to mention here is the materializations. So materializations are a way to basically imagine if you've been working in Power BI import mode. So this is actually a way of pre-materializing your metric views, and you can select a schedule in which you want to materialize them. So if I press add up here, I can give it a name. I can select if it's aggregated or unaggregated. If it's unaggregated, then there's only allowed to be one. So that's basically like your entire metric view, right? So you're not doing anything about it. But the really neat thing here is you can also actually add aggregations. So imagine you have a metric view which has all of your details, but for some use purposes you want only aggregated numbers. Then you can actually like build those pre-aggregated tables. You can actually build those right in here. If I just, for the sake of it, just press unaggregated here, then you'll see that. That's great. I can press save up here. And then I can actually edit the schedule up here. And what the schedule allows me to do, all right, what the schedule allows me to do is I can set how often this is materialized. And then it actually just goes and materializes it every so often. And the really nice feature here is I can, as a user, I can edit everything in here with the UI. But if I actually wanna still store it in source control, you'll see here that all of it gets saved into the YAML definition. So my materialization is still right here. All right, so that's all we could cover in about 5 minutes. Until next time, have a very nice day.